Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to my channel. So as you know that most of us will be getting a 6-star mega rank up ticket from the Friday anniversary check-in event, which I think should be after today's reset. And then we will also get a tier 2 mega advancement ticket from the event shop. So actually, in yesterday's video, we have talked about my top 10 best choices of premium characters for a 6-star mega rank up ticket and a tier 2 mega advancement ticket. And I actually ranked Gambit as number 10 because I thought that he was not used to be as good as he was. So today I plan to test him out in Robots Ultimate against all the Robosses to see if he's still valuable or not. Okay, so first I'm sure that Gambit can definitely do quite well against Chorus, and that's why I didn't bring in any increased damage to super villain. Striker like Luna Snow, or the defense down striker like Scarlet Witch or Weapon Hex. Looks like we are going to finish this phase. Okay, not bad. We finished like phase 1, like 3 minutes and 50 seconds, which is not bad for stage 50 Chorus Robots Ultimate. Okay, let's talk about the striker. So for the striker, I just bring in 4 ignore dodge striker because as you know, Chorus is quite annoying due to his high dodge ability, and just to make sure Gambit can survive longer and not to die, I also bring in Agent Venom as a striker for the recovery ability, which applies to all the characters. So actually, when you use Gambit, the strategy that I use is just proc on his 5th skill and run. Yes, hit and run. His 5th skill actually very good because when you use his 5th skill, you can run while using his 5th skill, which is pretty good. Because most of the characters, when you use their skill, they need to like stand there or actually get close to the robots to do all the skill damage. But for Gambit, you can use his 5th skill, which is not necessary to get close to the robots to do the damage. You can actually do it at the place which is very far from the robots. The damage is still the same. The damage won't be reduced. So that's one of the advantages of about Gambit. But yeah, he is easy to die obviously, so you have to bring in Agent Venom just to make sure he won't die easily. Okay, here we go. Gambit did stage 50 with 2 minutes and 30 seconds, which is not bad. Okay, we'll just enter phase 2 of Ebony Maw. So for Ebony Maw Robots Ultimate, I have to bring in those strikers that have increased damage to super villain and all defense down, and some mind control like Scarlet Witch. Because it's a bit difficult to deal with Ebony Maw when you don't have the mind control ability. Especially when you use Gambit. It's a bit risky. Just to make sure he can do well with his 5th skill, I have to bring in those strikers to support. By the way, the strategy is still the same, just proc on his 5th skill and run. Don't get too close to the robots, your Gambit will easily get killed with just one shot by the robots. So you have to be a little bit careful while using him in Robots Ultimate. I mean, in all the Robots Ultimate obviously. In Robots. Okay, looks like we are going to take down Ebony Maw very soon. With pretty much time left, I guess. I think that also indicates that he can go to even higher, like maybe stage 50 or stage 55 Ebony Maw, or even higher than that with a CTP of energy. By the way, I don't have a CTP on him. I only have a 160 damage proc Obelisk. Okay, here we go. We did it with 2 minutes and 7 seconds. For Obsidian Robots Ultimate, I didn't actually bring in Agent Venom as striker for the recovery ability. Because I'm very confident that he can do this stage pretty well against Obsidian, and I just wanted to use the maximum damage. I wanted to utilize the maximum damage from the strikers against Obsidian. I know that striker's damage won't help that much, I know, but I just wanted to, clear this stage much faster, because I don't really like to play Obsidian Robo's ultimate that much. It's very annoying. Sometimes when you almost towards the end of the fight and when you almost want to clear it, but your character get killed at the end because of those stupid purple effects like this. This is the purple effect that I have mentioned just now. So I think Gambit is going to clear it very soon. Okay, dash it. Okay, we are now fighting Thanos, the Mad Titan. I have never used Gambit to fight Thanos before, so I'm not sure whether he can complete this or not. Because as you know, Thanos is the most difficult world boss among all the world bosses, and on the other side, Gambit is not easy to die. Okay, looks like his 5th skill can melt Thanos by a bar of health, which is not bad. Okay, so when Thanos recruit Proxima and Chorus, all you have to do is to switch your character to prevent get killed. If you decided not to switch character, yeah, that's a bit risky, I would say. So it's better to switch your character to avoid being killed. Okay, so now is the time Thanos become immune to all damage. So this just to be safe, you also have to switch your character. Then starting to do all the damage on proc on his 5th skill. Okay, so this you have to be careful. Okay, so now is the time that Thanos recruit Obsidian and Ebony Maw. Same strategy, just switch your character to avoid being killed. Okay, so this kind of yellow blast, same, just switch to another character to avoid that damage. When you switch to another character, that kind of like yellow blast will disappear in an instant, but the timing have to be very accurate. Then once your Gambit is ready, just switch him back and start doing the damage. Okay, I guess I have to be careful to avoid being killed. Okay, this you also have to be very careful. Actually, you just have to, you just have to get used to Thanos' pattern. It's not that hard, but it's challenging. But you have to get used to his pattern in order to play well in his World Boss Ultimate. Okay, when he's doing this kind of blast, like just now the purple blast, you have to switch your character instantly, because that one he can easily one shot you. Okay, not bad. In 2 minutes he did it. This is my first time using Gambit against Thanos. Okay, so obviously it's a bit hard to use Gambit against Proxima due to Gambit's attack is mainly about energy attack, and on the other hand is that Proxima has very high energy defense ability but low physical defense stats. That means only characters that deal mainly with physical attack will work well against Proxima, whereas energy attacker will find it hard to fight Proxima. It is possible, but I think it's not that easy, and that's why I choose to play stage 30 Proxima instead of high stages, because I'm not sure whether he can do it or not. But it seems that it's a bit hard for Gambit to do even at stage 30. I mean, energy attacker will find it hard to play high stages of Proxima Robust Ultimate, but it's still usable to use energy attacker to play some of the low or mid stages of Proxima Robust Ultimate. But I think stage 30 is not that low. Actually, not many energy attacker at tier 2 level 70 can go above stage 30 against Proxima, in my opinion. Okay, so for the team up, you will just want to go with the team up that give you the highest damage support, like Nick Fury and Phil Coulson. Both tier 2 passive skill give you the increased damage to super villain, I think by 45% I guess, but I'm not too sure about the percentage. And both of them also give you the decreased damage received from super villain by certain percentage, which is very useful as a support in Robust Ultimate. And on the other side, Nick Fury's leadership also gives you 50% increase in aura attack, which is very useful, which is an additional attack buff to Gambit. Okay guys, I'm not sure whether you are going to believe or not. Gambit just completed the fight against 5 world bosses. Is there any tier 2 character can clear the fight against 5 world bosses? So I think I have actually underestimated Gambit's value. By completing all the 5 world bosses, that really shows that Gambit's value is very high among all the tier 2 characters. We are not talking about the tier 3 characters. So yeah, for tier 2 characters, he is one of the best characters in the game. So if you're wondering if it is worth to use a 6-star mega rank up ticket or a tier 2 mega advancement ticket on Gambit, the answer is yes, it is worth. Before we call it a day, let's quickly go through my Gambit's build. So basically, as I say, I don't have any CDP on him. I only have 160 damage proc, guard break immunity, and this all defense state, which is useless. The only good thing is the guard break and the damage proc. And then stage 6 of Hawkeye's ISO set. Okay, I only upgraded his 5th skill to max because that's the only damage killer. The other is just, yeah, the other is just whatever. It's not important. And all his gear are at 25. with only 2 ignore defense Urus, which is pretty pity. Okay, so now let's see how his overall stats looks like. Okay, only the skill cooldown is maxed out, nothing else. Okay, I noticed that the ignore defense is a bit low. Maybe I should change it. Maybe I should change my ISO set to Power of Angry Hawk ISO set, which give the ignore defense. But we will see how it goes. Okay, guys, let me know how you are thinking of my Gambit. Feel free to share in the comment box below, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And thank you for watching.